Okay, Caitlin, last one here, problem number 8. You messed up on the second part when you're taking the derivative of what's inside. A little bit of the error that you had was just with that derivative of sine x. There's a lot of complicated things going on here. We have to think about, first thing that I guess we want to think about, and I guess I'm going to break this down into different parts that make sense to me. The first thing that we want to think about is let this problem be a problem that looks like the following. I want to look at that or think of that as u to the 5th. So up over here to the side, u is going to have a value of x to the 6th sine x plus 4x to the 4th. So that's what my u is going to be. So if I say it's u to the 5th, then the derivative of that is not so bad. That's just a power rule. The derivative of that is 5u to the 4th, but we did the derivative with respect to u. So I'm just going to leave it as a du for right now, and we're going to get what is the first part of our answer. So the first part of my answer, if I substitute in the u with what u is equal to, and I know you can't see it on the screen, but it's going to be, or up, because it's up to the right, I just slid my smartboard down. So it's going to be 5. U happens to be that value of x to the 6th, the sine of x, plus 4x to the 4th. So that's just replacing what my u value is. So I have 5u, which is those two terms in parentheses, and I raised that to the 4th power du. So I brought down the exponent, decreased it by 1. Now the complicated part, keep in mind right now, what I am going to highlight, this part right here is in your answer. That's part of your answer. The complicated part becomes the du. So I am going to write that separately, and I'm going to write it below. Hopefully we don't get, well, maybe I can do it up here. Hopefully we don't get too confused with all of that. So up over here where I have my u value, I need to figure out what is du. I have to take the derivative of that. Du is going to involve two parts. The first part, I don't want that fat of a pen or it's going to be too complicated to see. Okay, the first thing, sorry, I have two terms. Out of the two terms, the first term, when I solve that, that's going to be a product rule. I have to use the product rule for that first term. Now the second term, that's going to be the easy one, the one that we like. The second term is the derivative of that. If I were to take the derivative of that, that's just going to be a power rule. The power rule, I'm going to bring down the 4, take it times the 4, and decrease that exponent by 1, and you're going to get 16x to the 3rd power. You have that down, not a problem at all. But what we want to look at is that complicated product rule that's going to occur. Within that product rule, let me think of some colors here that I can use. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to write the product rule, and I'm going to use it in colors. So the product rule is going to be 1, and we'll use blue to designate D2. And maybe I shouldn't use blue because I have that for the other derivative. All right, I got to get to some other colors here. So we have 1, and if my colors clash next to each other, I am so sorry. So we have 1, D2, and then we are going to have plus 2, and then we need, I don't know what color to use. Is that green different enough? And then we need, nope, that's not going to work. I think that color is too close to some of the others, so I'll find another color here on my color palette. Hopefully. So then we have D2. Nope. Just a minute. We have D1. Sorry. All messed up here. D1. So that's the product rule of that first term that's of my u value. So as I look at that, we know what 1 is. 1 is x to the 6th. So we're going to mark some of these here. So x to the 6th is 1. And 2 is going to be that second factor, which is the sine x. That's my 2 value. Just sine x is my 2 value. We've already, keep in mind, we've already taken the derivative of that 4x to the 4th, and that happens to be that 16x cubed. So all I want to focus on is I just want to focus on this product rule part. So as I focus on that product rule, 1, I'm going to go ahead and start taking the derivative of that. 1 happens to be just x to the 6th. D2, now I got to find my orange again. So D2 is the derivative of 2. 2 is sine x. The derivative of sine x is cosine x. So that's actually your D2 value. So 1D2 is just x to the 6th cosine x. Now what we want to add to that is 2, and my 2 value is, so it's plus, my 2 value, which is sine of x, and then D1, and D1 is going to be the derivative of x to the 6th, and that has a value of 6x to the 5th. So all of this part right here in this box is 1D2 plus 2D1. Now remember, the 1D2 plus 2D1 was providing me du. That's the derivative of u, where u was this value in red, which is x to the 6th sine x plus x to the 4th. Okay, I hope you're okay with that part. If not, you can go ahead and give me a call, and I'll help explain that just a little bit more. So we come back over here to our derivative. I want the derivative of that very beginning expression that we had. So the derivative is going to be 5 times, then I have u, that u value we had, which is x to the 6th, the sine of x plus 4x to the 4th, raised to the 4th power. And then I have that whole du stuff, which is in black right there. I wrote it in black. So now I'm going to bring that du over, but I'm just going to keep it all in black so we can keep it separate. And that du part, I think I'm just going to put it all in just one set of parentheses. It's going to be x to the 6th, which is 1. D2 is cosine of x. And then plus 2d1. But I'm going to put the d1 first, just so I can have that sine x at the end. All right, so here we go, girl. Here's what you've got. If I highlight as I go through this, this is the first part, the derivative of 5u, well, it's actually the derivative of u to the 5th, which is 5u to the 4th, where u is x to the 6th sine x plus 4x to the 4th. Du is this value in black, which is 1d2 plus 2d1 of your overall u value, which is in that first set of parentheses in red. So the derivative of what's in the parentheses in red, the derivative of that is in black. So that's your du value, and your overall derivative is going to be what I have just circled. Now the confusing part where you made a mistake happens to be right in this region. Can't remember, you got a little bit mixed up between those two terms, but by then I think your confidence level was shot. You were stressed, you were freaking out, but you got this. I know you've got this because the work that I see, you've got the gist of all of it. You just need to keep it and put it all together, and trust me, I know it takes some time. It took me some time to get it. It probably wasn't until I taught in high school that I actually got this. So you're doing better than I am. Your work looked a lot better than mine probably did. So I know you've got this. Keep your head up. Keep smiling for me. Remember the sign. I'll send you the sign through a text message. I know you've got this. And remember, it's okay to cry. Love you. Hope this helps. I'm going to go ahead and record it, stop the recording and post it for you.